because I think in the well-meaning efforts to explain things, then something can get lost. I'll give you an example of this that I think illustrates the complexities. I interviewed a young boy who dug a giant pit on the beach. I did the same thing when I was a kid. And he just dug and dug and dug and jumped in it, and the walls collapsed, and he nearly died. He said that he then perceived himself as being out of his physical body, that he was put into an ambulance, that he sort of traveled along with the ambulance, but this sort of vantage point above his body, went to the hospital, where he said he was met by a wizard, and a wizard told him, "Struggle, and you shall live." And this boy, I think maybe 10 or 11, into Dungeons and Dragons and video games and things like that. I happened to interview him, months later. And he says to me, I asked him about the experience again. And he said, "Well, I've learned that it wasn't a wizard. I've learned it was our Savior, Jesus Christ, that he is who actually came to me. It wasn't a wizard at all."
Because that's what religious people started to tell him, I assume.
That's what he was, his adulting experience. But I think that as adults, we're trying to find common ground. Okay, if you believe in Jesus Christ, if you believe Jesus Christ is your Savior, that does seem to be what happened to me. That seems to be, as the only way that they can explain it. But that doesn't mean it didn't, that it didn't happen just because people can't describe it using terms which make sense to us.